Frosted boxers stacked in the freezer aisle promise a shortcut to comfort. The photography is stunning. Golden brown crusts, bubbling mozzarella, and chef-crafted labels that make you feel like you've hired a personal cook. But the moment you tear back that plastic film, the illusion shatters. You're met with salt bombs, industrial lubricants, and a chemical steam that smells more like a factory floor than a kitchen. For seniors, or anyone managing heart or kidney health, these boxers aren't just meals, they're a dangerous gamble. Let's pull back the curtain on 8 frozen disasters you should leave on the shelf. And the 2 superstars that actually earn their keep. At number 8, we have the ultimate health halo, the prepackaged smoothie bowl. The marketing department wants you to think of antioxidants and clean energy. The reality, when you blend fruit at home, you get the fiber. But these frozen bowls rely on high-fructose fruit juice concentrates to keep the base from turning into a solid block of unpalatable ice. They top it with granola that's been glazed in honey or cane sugar just to keep it crunchy in sub-zero temperatures. You're essentially eating a dessert bowl disguised as a morning starter. The physiological hit, a single bowl can pack over 30 grams of sugar, that is more than a standard can of soda. Without the structural fiber of a whole apple or berry to slow down digestion, you are hitting your liver with a massive insulin spike. This triggers a sugar high followed by a devastating mid-morning energy crash that leaves you reaching for more snacks. The fix: buy a bag of plain frozen berries and a tub of plain Greek yogurt. Mix them yourself at home. You get the probiotic boost and the intact fiber without the sugar-induced brain fog. If you think a sugar-laden smoothie is a bad start to your day, wait until you see the sodium levels lurking in the hungry-sized dinners. Sliding into spot 7 is the man-sized meal. These are marketed as a protein-packed feast for the serious. Appetite perfect for those who want a massive meal in minutes. The sensory horror: open the tray and you'll find gray meat patties and potatoes that have the consistency of wet plaster. To make these massive portions taste like anything at all, manufacturers load them with an astronomical amount of sodium. The physiological hit: we are talking about 1,800 milligrams to 2,000 milligrams of sodium in one sitting. That is nearly 90% of your daily allowance in a single tray. For seniors, this triggers immediate water retention. Your heart has to work twice as hard to pump blood through stiffened, salt-saturated arteries, leading to swollen ankles and dangerous spikes in blood pressure. The fix: buy a rotisserie chicken from the deli and a bag of steam-in-bag plain green beans. You get double the actual protein with 80% less salt and no mystery fillers. But if you think that massive salt hit is scary, wait until you hear about the chemical glue holding your frozen mac and cheese together. At number 6, the ultimate comfort food. The box shows creamy, pulling cheese and a rich golden sauce. The reality: food science reveals a dirty secret. Real cheese and cream separate into a greasy yellow oil and a watery gray liquid when they are frozen and microwaved. To prevent this breaking, companies use chemical emulsifiers and phosphates to keep the sauce smooth and stable. The physiological hit: these inorganic phosphates are a nightmare for your kidneys. Unlike the phosphorus found in natural foods, your body absorbs nearly 100% of these additives. This can lead to vascular calcification, literally hardening your blood vessels from the inside out, making them brittle and prone to damage. The fix: cook a box of whole wheat pasta and toss it with real sharp cheddar and a splash of milk. It takes 10 minutes, costs less, and won't calcify your arteries. If the thought of chemical cheese makes your stomach turn, you won't believe the oil sponge hidden inside battered popcorn shrimp. Coming in at number 5, popcorn shrimp. The box often claims they are oven-ready, crispy, or lightly breaded. The reality: the shrimp are often so tiny, they're encased in a thick, porous spacesuit of breading. You aren't paying for seafood. You're paying for flour and starch. The sensory horror: that breading is a sponge. During the pre-fry process at the factory, that batter sucks up refined seed oils like a vacuum. When you bake them at home, you aren't cooking them. You are just reheating the industrial grease trapped in the crust. One bite can send a squirt of hot, stale oil onto your tongue. The fix: buy frozen peel and dite shrimp that are already cooked but unbreaded. Thaw them under cold water and toss them with lemon and garlic for a true high-protein, low-calorie snack. Greasy shrimp is one thing, But wait until you see the trans fat disaster hiding under the flaky crust of a frozen pot pie. At number 4, a nostalgic classic. The promise. Garden-fresh veggies and tender chicken tucked inside a flaky golden crust. The reality. Flaky is food industry code for saturated fat. To get that texture to survive months in a freezer, they use massive amounts of shortening or palm oil. The physiological hit. A single pie can contain 40 to 50 grams of fat, roughly 60% of your daily allowance in one sitting. But it's the caramel color in the gravy that is truly sinister. It's a synthetic dye, added solely to make salty water and starch look like rich, homemade beef stock. The fix. Make a deconstructed pot pie, saute a bag of frozen mixed veggies and sliced chicken breast in a pan, and serve it over a small piece of whole grain toast. You get the crunch without the shortening. If you think a fat bomb pie is bad, wait until you hear the truth about what they use to make plant-based wings feel like real meat. At number 3, the vegan alternative. These are marketed to the health-conscious eater as a clean way to enjoy bar food. The reality, these are often a chemical minefield to mimic the fibrous tug of a chicken muscle. Manufacturers rely on methylcellulose chemical binder that is also used as a thickener in tile grout and as a bulk-forming laxative. The physiological hit, because plant proteins can have a bitter aftertaste. Manufacturers dump in massive salt levels and natural flavors to hide the chemical profile. You end up with a product that is plant-based on paper, but ultra-processed in reality, taxing your digestive system and your heart. The fix. If you want a plant-based wing, try roasted cauliflower florets, tossed in buffalo sauce. It's a real plant with real vitamins, not a lab-grown imitation. Chemical binders are unsettling, but wait until you hear what's actually in your light ice cream to make it feel creamy. At number 2, the guilt-free ice cream pint. The box promises all the indulgence of a sundae with a fraction of the calories. The reality, to get the calories down, they remove the cream and sugar and replace them with cellulose, which is essentially highly refined wood pulp. It provides bulk without the calories, but it has zero nutritional value. The physiological hit, the sweetness comes from sugar alcohols like erythritol. These don't digest. They ferment in your gut, drawing in water and leading to significant bloating, gas, and what many call the runs. You aren't treating yourself. You're conducting a chemistry experiment on your lower intestines. The fix. Freeze a ripe banana and blend it in a food processor. It creates a soft-serve texture that is 100% fruit, high in potassium, and contains zero wood pulp. Wood pulp in your dessert is a nightmare. But our number 1 pick is a preservative graveyard that could be ruining your health every single morning. The number 1 trap, the frozen breakfast bowl. It's marketed as a hot, hearty start to your day, but it's really where chemicals go to live forever. The reality? This is a preservative graveyard. Take the potatoes. They are treated with sodium acid pyrophosphate just to prevent them from turning a natural oxidized gray in the freezer. The sensory horror. The scrambled eggs aren't cracked fresh. They're a liquid mix of eggs, gums, and stabilizers designed to stay fluffy even after being blasted by a microwave. The sausage is loaded with nitrates, which the World Health Organization has linked to increased cancer risks. The fix. Spend 5 minutes on Sunday making egg muffins in a muffin tin with real eggs, fresh spinach, and peppers. Freeze them yourself. They reheat in 60 seconds and require zero chemical stabilizers. Remember, it isn't all bad news. The freezer can be a time capsule for nutrition if you know what to look for. These are the 2 freezer superstars that are must-haves in any freezer. Number 1, shelled edamame. This is a true superfood in every sense. It is a complete protein, meaning it has all the amino acids your body needs. Because it is flash frozen at the peak of ripeness, it keeps more fiber, iron, and folate than the fresh produce that's been sitting in a shipping truck for a week. It stabilizes your blood sugar and keeps you full for hours. Number 2, wild-caught salmon fillets. Don't let the freezer door scare you away from fish. Buying it flash frozen at the source locks in the omega-3 fatty acids, the essential fats that actually help lower blood pressure and reduce inflammation. It's 20% more protein and significantly fewer contaminants than farmed versions. It's the ultimate fast food for your heart and brain. The secret to navigating the freezer aisle is simple. Stop reading the marketing on the front of the box and start reading the ingredients on the back. If you can't pronounce it, your body probably doesn't know how to digest it. Your health is worth the extra 10 seconds of checking the label. If this video was useful to you in any way, remember to hit the subscribe button and leave a like. Comment down below what I should expose next.